out. And Wardy, we are in the game.
We are indeed, and just in case anyone was wondering, like me, we are casting this semi-final, and the plan is to go straight into the finals afterwards. Of course, it's going to depend a little bit exactly when the other semi-final finishes. We might catch the last game of that, for example, but we're not necessarily the next semi-final isn't going to be waiting for us to cast this. Just some information before we go with the not movie, because they're going to definitely people if we do that.
Yes, I did not play the movie.
Good.
Well,
that's actually really sad for me. That's really bad in my eyes, but I guess it's good for the viewers.
I disabled the movies for now. We will work to get the sound maybe turned down just a bit on the movies, or figure out how to do it on my end. But people were saying it was too loud, so we don't want to blow out your speakers here. We care about the viewers here at the Dutch Starcraft League. You know who else we care about? We care about this guy in the bottom left, one of the previous winners of a Dutch StarCraft League giveaway contest. If you want to win your own, head over to DSCL.nl and check out the contest there on the forums. But in the bottom left, the orange Protoss of Knights Gaming, we got Mobiwan.
And of course, his opponent up in the upper right-hand corner, we have a pink Zerg player by the name of Hephaistas. And honestly, not too much information about him from me, at least. I don't really know what team he's on or anything like that, but I think he's researched his opponent pretty well, because look at this, he's getting away with Hatch first, and Mobiwan, he went for Gateway first, so he can't do anything about that.
Yeah, he's going to be able to put some pressure on in a few minutes, but certainly no cannon rushing coming out. And, well, Hephaistas, like, Hephaistas was a Greek god, right?
I can only Google.
Maybe you should Google that.
I'm gonna Google that. Hephaistas.
I want to say.
Yeah, it wasn't quite spelled. In fact, if we type it in as the way it's spelled here, the first one gets Starcraft 2 EU Battle.net profile.
Wow, what a famous guy.
It's spelled with an Aestus.
I think so.
And it looks like ancient Greek god of blacksmith.
Yes, the blacksmithing god. I was correct. There you go.
Wow.
So this guy, he likes to build things. It's a good thing that he is a Zerg, the race that does like to macro up quite a bit, builds buildings rather than units quite often. And, well, we'll see just how good he is at working on that infrastructure, getting up his third base. Probe is actually scouting that third base out right now. Nothing there, though.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, just sensible to start scouting that out. The Lings are going to start trying to clear the way, and actually Hephaistas, he did take his gas very early, and again, this is because it was a gateway expand, and even though he saw the Nexus going down very fast, he's still just going to be safe. He's just going to mine that 100 gas, and then pull out, and then go for his third base. A little bit slower than usual, but a little bit safer, of course, against the gateway expand, because of course their units can come out so much faster, they can pressure you so much early, and he's going to follow this up with gateways 2, 3, 4. So Mobiwan's actually going to go very, very aggressive here, most probably with a 4 gateway attack. Otherwise, I don't see why else you would invest in 4 gateways instead of 3 gateways and a forge.
Now, we saw this earlier, I believe, Terran against J Power, going for the 4 gate pressure. However, Zerglings were able to kill the proxy pylon. Right now, we see Mobiwan with the backup proxy pylon over here in the Zerg 5th. Now, that one's going to be just in case his closer one gets killed. But should be able to do a decent amount of warping in there. A Zergling already scouting over here in the third base, though, where you would sometimes see another pylon warped in. I think that Mobiwan's actually going to be able to have moderate success with this. Our Zerg player does have that speed down already, but we'll see. He doesn't know for sure that this is coming.
I mean, he saw no third base, so at the same time, he's probably in his head thinking, well, I don't really need to commit units to this, because the point of the 4 gate pressure is to force units. But if your opponent's just kind of sat on 2 base where he's probably more or less saturated, which in this situation he's not, because he's invested in so much gas. But usually in this situation, with this third base being so late, it's probably a good decision by Mobiwan not to really do too much here, and he's going to get a couple of links for this Zealot, which is, you know, not the best. He's actually going to get free because of his nice control at the end there. And this couple more Zealots, he's just lightly harassing here. He's just going to force some more lings. And in fact there, he's forcing 20 lings, and you know, he doesn't really want to do too much else because there's no third base to really target down.
Yeah, so the gas that you were talking about, of course, being on 3 gases right now. This is the number that you'd normally see for a 3-base roach defense. But this is a little bit odd to see this off of 2 base. It almost makes me think that we're gonna see Mutalisks.
Well, we could see Mutalisks, but for some reason Mobiwan's getting air upgrades and 2 more Stargates.
Yeah, Mobiwan
What?
definitely going something a little bit different here. Okay, here is what is gonna happen.
He's gonna 7 gates, double void rail in.
Yes.
I guess. I don't. Honestly, I don't really know. He's gonna make 2 Phoenixes. I actually have no idea.
Well, originally I was gonna be like, it's gonna be a charge lot Archon with Mothership all in, which is actually something I've seen out of Protosses here on Daybreak before. But then he dropped a second Stargate, and I was like, it's no longer gonna be that.
The double Mothership.
I actually have no clue what Mobiwan's doing with those double Stargate, double Phoenix production. He's going to protect himself against against Mutalisks extremely well. But there's no Mutalisk coming out. I mean, if I was this Protoss and I was saying this guy's got the latest third I've ever seen, of course, going down here at 9 minutes, I would say I think he's going to go Mutalisks. And so double Phoenix production is going to do very well against that. If it's going to be Hydralisks, Phoenixes with upgrades are going to do very well against that, against Hydras in small numbers. They're going to be able to get scouting information as well as actually buying more time for our Protoss. So I like this build in general. Going to stop at 4 Phoenixes for now. Nope, going to continue production. And as the Phoenixes make their way in now, going to start to lift up these drones. 6 Phoenixes now entering. Going to have to escape though.
This is like mass Phoenix. The infestation pit's on the way down, so of course that's going to be a worry for the Protoss player. You know, don't want to get these Phoenix caught because he's invested so much into them. It looks like he wants to take a third base because he's just cleared out and actually he's already got it queued up. So he's going to try to take a third base. Link's position from Hephaistas might try and run in and deny just a little bit, and the Protoss army is a little bit out of position. And the Zerg player does see that and instantly running in here, going to force the cancel on the third. Really nice play from Hephaistas so far.
Yeah, he used his Blacksmith's Hammer to knock that building down. Phoenixes come over along with Zealots and Sentries. He's good force field, not force fielding anything just yet. There he gets him down, loses 1 Sentry and a couple of Zealots. Make that 3 Sentries and almost all. Oh! Lifts up 1 Sentry right there, but in the end, that Sentry's going to be the only thing that lives on the ground. Should be able to finish up.
Oh my god. No, Sentry!
Sentry, no! All the
Killed by the Ling with 3 health. A sad day it is, but look at this. It's actually a huge harassment in the third base of the Zerg player. This third base might actually just die here. Lings are going to come out, but I don't think it's going to be enough Lings to really shut this down at all. No, the third base is going to die here, Beefant. More Zealots are walking in still, and there's only Lings.
Oh, the transfuse
no
worked.
energy.
It got the Zealots off.
God.
Bad control coming out of Mobiwan. Oh, here's more Zealots.
Yeah, there's more Zealots. The fungal is not enough. And now look at the Phoenix.
Actually, big fungal coming in. The Spore Collar's going to do a lot of work. It will take down 2 Phoenixes thus far. And all the rest going to be able to get away. Mobiwan, though, in a fantastic position right now.
That was like, this is a little bit crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this, in all honesty. Like, ever. Yeah,
this is a very interesting build. And so that Zergling at 3 HP, now up to 25 HP. 4 kills on that guy. A 25 mineral unit. No, Zergling! The champion Zergling goes down. The Phoenixes are just like, hey, boss, you see that guy right there? I'm gonna give him my graviton beam.
It's so brilliant because there's been Zealots running past him for absolutely ages, like to the third base. In fact, talking about the third base, another little run by there, forcing some force fields. 2 small sentries go down once again, though, and even these Zealots are having a tough time dealing with this because Mobiwan's never invested in a forge, and these Lings are doing so much damage having the +1/+1 against the 0/0 Protoss units, which is just something you never, ever see in ZVP.
Extremely rare. Spire coming down now, in addition to the Hive. So a Zerg player looking to transition to Broodlords on 2 base right now.
What is this
A
game?
bold move!
How do you have gas? This game is great.
I don't know. Phoenix is going to be picking up more Zerglings as they go through another strafing run. More Zerglings going to be trying to come into the third, but the wall has finally been erected. And now the Zerglings will retreat. Hephaistas taking base number 4. Going to try to get his economy going just a little bit. If we take a look at that economy, though, he is behind in both mineral and gas production for the moment. But as the third starts to get saturated, he's going to be doing a little bit better there.
Yeah, double robo for a Protoss player means he's going to have 4 Colossi very soon. And he most sensibly should probably, I don't know if he should go for pre-hive time. Like, if he needs to attack, if he's going to attack and hit before Broodlords, he needs to go very, very soon. I think he's not going to be able to hit that time, and also he needs to think late game here. He's thrown down the Temple Archives, but he needs the Fleet Beacon. He needs to think about 4th base because he's not going to end this game before Broodlords.
He certainly is not.
It's Phoenix.
I don't know. Infestors coming over. They want to get big fungal. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Uh-oh. My mouse is stuck on a... There we go. That was weird. Somehow I middle-clicked on the thing that says view perspective, like the everyone part.
Yeah.
Like, I just somehow had my mouse in that area, middle-clicked on it, and if you middle-click on it, your mouse gets stuck and you move your entire camera the entire time, and you can't turn it off. It's weird. It's a weird game, man.
It's a weird game. 4th base is going to start coming up from Protoss, but again, he's not investing into the late game. He's got 1-1 about to finish at 17 minutes right now. Honestly, I don't understand this build from Mobiwan. I really don't understand this build. So
it's working out, though. So far, though.
Kind of, but
he needs
but
to
for
hit.
how long?
Needs to hit soon. He's got Blink coming out for his Stalkers, and +2/2 not on the way. So falling behind in the upgrades for sure. I think that he's still got a pretty strong advantage right here, but he needs to hit within the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, before more Broodlords really start to pour out or anything. Yeah, probably just with Blink. He's got 5 Colossi. There's a lot of Lings actually up to the top left right now as the Phoenix. They're just flying around the main base, just trying to be wherever the infestors aren't. And, well, there isn't actually that much of an army for Hephaistas because most of it's in Lings to the top of the map. And there's a few Broodlords, sure, but with nothing underneath them, they're not really scary at all. So, Runby going to try come in the third, but that's more or less completely cannon. Things are going to die very fast, especially if there's a warp in to defend.
Dallin Warpin will actually supply camp our Protoss player. Bar Zerg a little bit more time, though. Going to be producing some more Broodlords in addition to Corruptors. 2-2 on the way now for our Protoss as well. Mobiwan really needs to hit, though. Every second that you're sitting on cap supply as a Protoss and you're not waiting specifically for one thing to hit, like if he was waiting for 3-3 to hit right now, needed 20 more seconds, great, finish, wait for it. Waiting for energy on your mothership so you can get a vortex, great, wait the 30 seconds for that. But I mean, mothership's going to be out in 3 minutes. 2-2 is going to finish up in 2 minutes. Like, you need to hit now, and finally he's going to start moving out.
He is. The Lings are still up to the top of the map here, and, well, there's a lot of Broodlords. Is there enough support for them? Quite frankly, underneath them right now, no. And Hephaistas is going to try buy time with another run by here. A couple more Zealots get warped in from Mobiwan.
That's all he has to supply for. He just did a big warp in over on the bottom side of the map to kill the Zerg 5th. And this bought more time once again. Gonna actually kill a lot of probes. Good hold position micro there. And yeah, a total of 15 workers being killed by those Zerglings. Somehow buying enough time to get a good amount of Broodlords in the sky.
He needs to deal with these Zealots though. He can't let these Zealots just come and kill his 4th base. But actually that's not going to happen. But if the Broodlords just turn around, so Zealot's going to try and do a little bit more damage here. Going to try and probably just go for drones actually before anything turns around to try and kill them. Actually, Mobiwan maybe just going to turn around and go over to the third. He's going to decimate these Lings, of course, without doing so good against them. And, well, he's actually just wants to get that gas geyser.
Guess
And
it will
Broodlords.
knock down. The Broodlord's going to engage right here. Colossi going to be able to evaporate those Broodlings. There's the Fungals coming in, getting a lot of the Phoenixes right here. The Stalker's not quite able to blink under just yet. And somehow our Zerg player is getting a fantastic concave.
What the Zerg? There's just no anti-air. There's no anti-air at all. There's 16 Stalkers left. But with this amount of Broodlords, with these Hephaistas underneath as well, I just don't think it's going to be enough. Well, we're kind of about to find out. There's a couple of Archons here as well. The Mothership is on that Nexus. It's got 20 seconds to go. It should be able to pop out here. Of course, it doesn't spawn with the energy.
Immediately. The Colossi and the Stalker's about to fall way back. He has to sacrifice his base. The Mothership in trouble. Going to take a lot of fire from Corruptors. Stalker's going to blink in, and the Mothership is actually going to go down in one more volley. There it goes. Stalker's taking a lot of fire from these Broodlings, and I think Hephaistas has somehow pulled this game back from the brink. So Stalkers coming over, 20 Stalkers. Will they be able to get the blink up that they need? There's still a couple of Fungals left in these Infestors, but the Stalker's dwindling, and GG comes out of Mobiwan. Somehow Hephaistas bringing it back from the brink right there.